You know, in real estate, we're all trying to get that deal across the finish line. But what if I told you the most important step isn't at the end, but happens right at the beginning? Today, we're going to talk about how professionally vetting your prospects from the get-go turns a simple hello into a secure, successful closing.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there. You get that perfect prospect. They're excited, they absolutely love the property, and they're ready to go. It feels like a total slam dunk, right? It's the dream scenario for any agent.
Okay, but hold on. This is where a true professional really shines. Enthusiasm is fantastic, but it's not what gets a deal closed. Interest is just the spark. The real question, the one that protects your seller from disaster and you from a deal that implodes, is whether this person is actually viable. And that brings us right to our first big idea, making that jump from just interest to confirmed viability. This isn't just some nice-to-have step. It's what separates the pros from the pack and what paves the way for a smooth, secure transaction.
This right here really gets to the heart of it all. See, this isn't just about making a sale. Proper vetting is a huge part of your duty to your client. You're the guardian of their biggest asset, and making sure a prospect is solid is your first line of defense. So, how do we actually do this? Well, the professional term for it is profiling. Think of it like a financial diagnosis or a checkup. It's the standardized professional way to figure out if a prospect truly has the financial muscle to see the deal through to the end. And really, it breaks down into these three simple steps. First, you gather the basics, their personal info, their work details. Second, you dive into the numbers, income, savings, expenses, to get a clear picture of what they can actually afford. And third, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable, you protect all that sensitive information with a signed privacy notice. Now, that privacy notice is so much more than a piece of paper. It is a legal requirement under data protection laws. This document proves you're being transparent, telling your client exactly what you're collecting and how you're going to keep it safe. It's a massive step in building trust and, of course, staying on the right side of the law. And the law is super specific about what has to be in this notice. As you can see, it covers everything: who you are, why you need the data, and how the client can control their information. It even details how you'll handle data transfers and any changes. Seriously, this isn't optional. It's the law.
Okay, so this whole profiling thing is important for any deal. But let's talk about leasing. When it comes to rentals, this process becomes absolutely critical. Why? Because rentals have their own unique and often higher risks, which means our vetting standards have to be even stricter. Thankfully, the official competency standards like EC0110.02 give us a crystal clear checklist. For a rental prospect, it's not just about them. You have to verify their guarantor, making sure they own property, that it's free of any liens, and that the property taxes are paid up. The standard even recommends having legal coverage just for that extra layer of security. And this brings me to a really critical point. Your job isn't just to collect a bunch of documents, it's to verify them. That one simple act of confirmation is what transforms a stack of paper into a powerful shield that protects your client and your professional reputation. So after all this work, all the data gathering, the financial analysis, the legal checks, what's the payoff? Well, you get exactly what you and your client wanted from the start: a secure, predictable, and totally professional transaction. I mean, the contrast here really says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the path of risk, total uncertainty, danger to your client's property, and your reputation on the line. But on the other side, you have the path of security, a confirmed deal, a protected client, and the confidence that comes with being a certified professional. The choice is pretty clear. So, let's reframe this whole thing. This process isn't about getting bogged down in paperwork. It's about power. Profiling is a strategic tool that gives you control, clarity, and the confidence you need to get your clients the absolute best outcome. Because when you operate under a recognized national standard, you're not just following a bunch of rules. You're elevating your entire business. You're sending a clear signal to the market that you are all about professionalism and security. Certification isn't just a line on a resume. It's a promise you make to every single client. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. In every single deal you handle, are you taking these crucial steps? Are you doing everything you possibly can to protect your clients, their assets, and your own career? Because remember, in this business, security doesn't just happen by accident. It's a choice you make every single time. Thanks for joining me.